You might think that everyone should know how to pray, but prayer is a skill, something that must be learned. It is not an inborn ability. The disciples approached Jesus with a request. "Lord, teach us to pray." Luke chapter 11, verse 1. You don't teach an inborn ability. You teach a skill. If you have ever struggled with prayer, don't be ashamed. Pretty much everyone does. That's how it is when learning something new. But there are things you can know and do to make your prayer experience more meaningful and transformative. First, we must remember the fundamental law of all creation. Nothing exists, functions, or lives from itself, and nothing exists, functions, or lives for itself. Everything is dependent, requiring power and resources to live. Everything takes that power and passes something along to others. In short, everything in creation takes to give. We function like channels, taking from one place and giving in another. When put together, all these channels connect in a circuit, with God at the beginning and the end. You and I must take before we can give. Where we take and where we give is specified in the law of God. The 10 Commandments were written on 2 stones. The first stone deals with our relationship with God, showing we are to have Him as our source and take from Him. The second stone deals with our relationship with others, showing we are to give to them. We can only give what we first took. We honor others not because they are honorable, but because we have actively received honor from God. We aren't the source, we are the channel. When you pray, are you talking to God to give Him something or to receive from Him? Clearly, prayer is not for the purpose of giving God anything. He is the source. Prayer is for taking from Him what you need. Why? To keep it to yourself? No. We take so that we can give. We pray to get what is needed from God so we can use it to bless others. And here is the beauty. We ourselves are blessed while we take from God and give to others for their blessing. Who is it that knows all things and has all the resources you need? Who is wise, knows the future, and has your best interests in mind? Is it you or God? Clearly, it is God. With this in mind, do you want God to adopt your thoughts and ideas, or do you want to adopt His? Do you want Him to bend to your will, or do you want to bend to His? Jesus understood this perfectly when He prayed, "Not my will, but thine be done." Luke chapter 22, verse 42. Have you ever walked away from prayer feeling exhausted? Perhaps you were trying to convince God of your perspective, or force Him to do what you think needs to be done. Do you feel you have to pay God with your time, service, or tithe to love you? If so, you are treating your faith like a transactional relationship. If you see prayer as a forum to get God's attention, inform Him of things He doesn't know, or rub a genie bottle to get wishes, don't be surprised if it hasn't been working. Prayer is an opportunity to be filled by God, so you can leave refreshed and empowered. Prayer is a tremendous privilege. Imagine it. You, a human being, right here on planet Earth, can enter the audience chamber of the Almighty Creator God of the universe. Through prayer, you can come into the presence of God Himself and converse with Him. But this invitation isn't meant to be a selfish request just for our own benefit. We are meant to ask so that we can distribute those blessings to the people around us. In fact, our capacity to keep receiving from heaven depends entirely on our willingness to share what we've been given. If God already knows what we need before we even ask, why does He require us to ask at all? The truth is, it is an essential part of God's plan to grant things in response to our faith that He wouldn't otherwise give if we stayed silent. Think of a parent teaching their young daughter how to cook a meal. In the short term, involving the child makes the process slower and much less efficient. But in the long term, it's incredibly valuable. God gives us the responsibility of prayer because that exact process is what helps us grow, strengthening our talents and building our character. Another beautiful principle of prayer is that God always goes first. From the very opening words of Genesis, God is the one initiating. What we do is always a response to what He has already done. Think about it. If you experience an unselfish desire to do something truly good, you didn't just manufacture that feeling on your own. It is a gift planted in your heart by God. If He inspired that good desire within you, it means He already plans to fulfill it in His perfect time and way. You don't have to twist His arm. He has been inviting you into this all along. What then is the prayer of faith? Jesus said, "What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them." Mark chapter 11, verse 24. The prayer of faith is simple. Ask for what God has promised. Believe that you receive the gift inherent in that promise. Know that you will experience it when it is needed most. Thank God that you have received it. Use the gift to do His will. Now go to God in prayer and take, so that you can go out to others and give. Ask, believe, thank, and cooperate, and watch what happens.